want to discuss about a receptor. Yeah. For us to understand receptor, understand the word receptive. Receptors are like sensors. That are inside, majorly inside the body cells. That we can say receptors are sensors. But we know majorly sensors are outside the cell. But in this way, receptors are like form of sensors that are inside the cell, inside the body, but outside the body cells. This is what I mean. Let's say this is a human being like this. Let's say this is a human being. Outside are the sensors. Sensors, the five senses. The organ of sight, sight is high. For sense, the skin, that sense the touch, feeling, and warmth. Then for hearing is ear. For taste is tongue. For smelling is nose. So these are sensors located majorly, like outside this body. This is a body located majorly outside the body. That's how we can just see the limit. Why receptors? Receptors are majorly inside the body. They are on top of each cells of your body. Yeah. Let's use it like that. So if we take one of these cells here, it becomes this. So on top of this cell are receptors. Receptor. Thank you, Spirit, for this inspiration. And receptors. I think we understand. It's a revelation. So insulin, as an example. Insulin is produced by pancreas. This is how pancreas look like. Pancreas. They produce insulin. It produces insulin. And in this body that we can see here, inside the human body, we have trillions of cells inside the human body. Trillions of cells inside the human bodies that needs glucose. They cannot enter by themselves inside the body cells. They need help of somebody called insulin. Glucose needs insulin to enter all these trillions of cells. Insulin here is like a key that will be slot inside the door of this cell. It's like a door knob. So once it's slotting, then the door will be open. This door here will be open. Then glucose will enter. So once this pancreas produces insulin, this insulin will come here and slot in. It's like you put a key inside a entrance, below the door knob. Then when you slot the key in and you use the key and you maneuver the key inside, then you open the door knob. So once this insulin key in here, then this door here will open. Then all this glucose will now enter through an entrance there. They will now enter here. So that is where receptor comes to being. Receptor is the door side. Is the key site. The receptor is the key site. Is where you plug in. It's where you plugging the key into. So if we look at the diagram here, this is an example of receptor. So then the structure will now end. This structure above here that I draw here is like, let's say, an hormone or ligand. So it is this thing that will now slot in here. So this is an hormone. Then when it slot in here, this receptor, on top of this receptor, then glucose can now enter into this cell. Glucose can now enter into this cell. So glucose itself has its own door. It has its own entrance. What should I use? It's like a house that has two doors. So this is cell. On top of here is a receptor. It's a insulin receptor. It's an insulin receptor. Insulin receptor. So when insulin lands upon here, then this second door here will allow glucose to enter. Glucose will now enter this cell. Glucose can enter this cell. So insulin first have to land on top of this receptor here. Then the other gate will now open for glucose to enter. So that's an example of receptor. Exactly. So the reason why we use an example of a flowering plant here is that if you look at it here, this bed is the hormone, like insulin. Bed here is the insulin, and the stigma here is the receptor. So that is why we use the flowering plant and